Blinken y Lavrov al fin se encontraron cara a cara. Ambos son las manos derechas de los presidentes de Estados Unidos y Rusia. De acuerdo con testigos, el encuentro solo duró 10 minutos, cuando ambos asistían a la cumbre G20 en Nueva Delhi, en India. La corta duración hace evidente el desinterés de ambas partes en entablar un diálogo. Estos son los mensajes más importantes de Blinken y Lavrov después de su breve encuentro.
In doing so, no country can strive to strengthen its security at the expense of the security of others. No country and no organization in the OSCE region can pretend to dominate militarily. If you read it again, it's clear that NATO violated all these commitments. By the way, so no delivery on the oral commitments, no delivery on written commitments, no delivery on legally binding commitments. And all this was accompanied by NATO instructors beefing up Ukrainian army, Ukraine getting more and more weapons. As Zelensky said, we needed the Minsk agreements to buy some time to get more and more weapons to Ukraine. So we defended our security, we defended the people, the Russian people, who had been denied by Poroshenko and Zelensky, denied the right to use the Russian language in education, in media, in culture, in everything. We've been interested during these years what is going on in Iraq, what is going on in Afghanistan. Have you been asking the United States and NATO whether they are believe that the United States has the right to declare a threat to its national interest any place on earth, like they did in Yugoslavia, in Iraq, in Libya, in Syria, 10,000 miles across the Atlantic Ocean. And they have the right to do so, and you don't ask them any questions. And they have the right to do. And Russia, not just overnight, like they did in Iraq and elsewhere, but for more than 10 years, warning them, guys, you are doing something which is going to be very bad.
But I think the question has been asked.
One second. Not across the ocean, but just on our borders, on the territories where the Russians lived for centuries and centuries and centuries. So, if it is not a double standard, then I'm not a minister, no.
I urge Russia to reverse its irresponsible decision and return to implementing the New START Treaty, which places verifiable limits on the nuclear arsenals of the United States and the Russian Federation. Mutual compliance is in the interest of both our countries. It's also what people around the world expect from us as nuclear powers. I told the foreign minister that no matter what else is happening in the world or in our relationship, the United States will always be ready to engage and act on strategic arms control. The United States will always be ready, just as the United States and the Soviet Union did, even at the height of the Cold War. I told, just as the United States and the Soviet Union did, the foreign minister, what I and so many others said last week at the United Nations and what so many G20 foreign ministers said today. End this war of aggression. Engage in meaningful diplomacy that can produce a just and durable peace. President Zelensky has put forward a 10-point plan for a just and durable peace. The United States stand ready to support Ukraine through diplomacy to end the war on this basis. President Putin, however, has demonstrated zero interest in engaging, saying there's nothing to even talk about, unless and until Ukraine accepts, and I quote, the new territorial realities, while doubling down on his brutalization of Ukraine.